Hello, welcome to Jason the Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you in my basement in the great state of Kansas. Today's video, I want to talk a little bit more about the award race that is going on with movies and kind of leading up to the Oscars. The Oscar award season is definitely now in season, as we got the Golden Globe nominations this last week or a week ago, and also the Critics' Choice Awards just I think a couple days ago. Anyway, so we got two major award show nominations out there. And so it's definitely, I feel like, shaping the award season so far. I think we definitely got a good indication what movies are going to be talked about in the award season and are going to be up for the most nominations and have the best chance at getting nominated for the Oscars at the end. Anyways, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my opinion because I love talking about the Oscars. It's one of the things I've been obsessed with a lot of my life. And I talk a lot about Oscars and I have a fair amount of knowledge about it. And something I always, once we get to the Oscars, once the nominations come out, definitely be talking a lot about who I think will be winning. And I love trying to guess who the winners are. And did a contest last year. I'll probably do the same contest this year on my channel. Something I always love to do is talk about Oscars, who you think's going to win, who should win, all that. And there's still a lot of movies I need to watch, but I watch a couple of Oscar stuff, and I'm continuing trying to catch up with all the Oscar stuff. Of course, the problem right now is all the Oscar movies are coming out like right now, and in the next week or so, definitely a lot of the big Oscar movies are going to be kind of available. And so December is kind of a month to just try to cram in all the Oscar movies as I can, and maybe go out to the theater and see a couple stuff as well. But anyway, so I'm talking about on this, the movies that are the ones to, if you haven't seen or heard about, these are the movies I want to talk about that are going to be the ones that are going to be talked a lot about in the award season, especially for Best Picture. I'm going to kind of talk about who I think are kind of the front runners of Best Picture right now and who the other movies that are kind of in the race as far as Best Picture and for a lot of the Oscars, I'd say. And so these are the movies to watch out for if you want to, catch up on what is going to be awarded during the season. So I'm start off with, I think the 5 movies that have the strongest, are kind of the top contenders for Best Picture right now. And I'm basing this off of who's being nominated a lot in these 2 awards, the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice, plus a lot of movies that people have been talking about. I think first movie you have to talk about is Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer, it's a very strong year for an Oppenheimer. I feel like it came out earlier in the year and somewhat, and it came out in the summer, but that's early for Oscar-type movies. Like I said, a lot of the Oscar movies are starting to come out right now. And it only had a big buzz around it, and I think it's done very well. I think I said it's one of the top contenders, I think, right now for Best Picture. We'll see as the awards shows go and who's winning the awards and who's getting the momentum. But I can definitely see this one being one that could come up Best Picture. Definitely gets momentum out of the Golden Globes. We'll see if it'll win, the Golden Globes and all that. Obviously, yeah, shoe-in for Best Picture. I think Christopher Nolan's a shoe-in for Best Director for this movie. And I feel like Christopher Nolan's one of those directors who the Academy really likes. And definitely, it seems like when Nolan comes out with a movie, it's always got some Oscar buzz around it. And I think the Academy likes him enough, and it feels like this could be Christopher Nolan's year in a sense. Like they might finally be like, okay, Christopher Nolan's due for like an Oscar or a big Oscar season. I feel like this could be his Oscar season in a sense. We'll see as everything comes out, but that's a narrative I'm looking at that possibly could come true. Like I said, like Inception got nominated for Best Picture. I don't know if he got nominated for Best Director for that one, but then Dunkirk also was a Best Picture nominee. I think he might have got nominated for Best Director for that one. So we can see some movies that he's definitely gotten some love for. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got a lot of love for this one, Oppenheimer. I think Cillian Murphy is a strong frontrunner for Best Actor. I don't know if he's going to win it yet. I can't say that, but I think he's definitely could win the Best Actor. I think he's another one of those actors who's been around for a little while, I feel like, and he's always given really good work, but he's not a big superstar actor. He's a little lesser known, but he's a guy that you've probably seen play more of the supporting characters, so it's really cool to see him get the lead role in a big movie like this. And I think Cillian Murphy is such a good actor. I really would love to see him win an Oscar here. Definitely he could get nominated here, and I think he gave a really good performance. I saw the movie. Thought thought he gave a good performance here. So yeah, definitely strong there. Robert Downey Jr. is a strong contender for Best Supporting Actor. He's another one who feels like he's given really good work and for a while now. It feels like he's due for an Oscar too. So I can see him getting in there. Love to see him. I love Robert Downey Jr. as well. Emily Blunt's been getting nominated, so I think she has a good chance of getting a Supporting Actress nomination here. I think she got nominated for both the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice in the Supporting Actress role, so definitely could see her getting in there. So definitely got some really strong categories. I mean, picture and 3 acting categories, plus they'll get some others like maybe in special effects, production. I think they'll probably get best art production, whatever. Maybe best sound, so it definitely gets some of those other technical categories. So I think Oppenheimer, very strong contender here. Second movie I'm going to think is a really strong contender is Killers of the Flower Moon. And a lot of that's because it's a Martin Scorsese film. Martin Scorsese, he's very, well loved by the Academy. He's been around for a long time. He had a lot of Oscar nominations in his career. He's only won once for The Departed. But he's made so many other movies that the Academy loves. It seems like every movie he comes out with is going to be a contender. It seems like at the beginning, because the Academy just loves Martin Scorsese, as does critics. Everybody seems to love anything Martin Scorsese comes out with. In recent years, I'm trying to think what was his last movie. I'm forgetting, but like Silence didn't get a lot of love, but yet it was considered at the beginning of like could be. Irishman. Irishman was like his last big Oscar contender. Got a lot of Oscar nominations, and that was one I think people thought it feels like Scorsese's due for a second Oscar. I guess I'll say that. To me, the narrative here could be Scorsese's only got one Oscar, and he's considered one of the greatest directors of all time. So he could be due for a second Oscar here, and this could be a good one for him to win. It's been very well loved by the critics. It's been one of the top movies, I think, of the year. It's got a lot of Oscar nominations here. Of course, like I said, Best Picture definitely could win there. So Scorsese is a strong contender for director. Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't think he would win Best Actor. He's definitely going to get in there, though, and who knows. Robert De Niro could win Best Supporting Actor. I've heard a lot of big buzz on him. But it seems like he's been around for a while, and he's already got 2 Oscars, so I don't know if they'll give a third one to De Niro, but everybody loves, the Oscars love De Niro, so they would love to give him another one. And also, Lily Gladstone, I think, is a very strong contender for Best Actress. Definitely she could get that Best Actress win. I think she's definitely one of the bigger contenders for that role. So, I mean, they definitely are very well positioned in the acting categories, plus Best Picture and Director and Screenplay, and again, could be like, costume and score and sound and all that. So they definitely got a lot of categories they could, be contenders in, I think. So definitely this could be a Scorsese year, very likely. Third one I think is very strong this year is a movie called Poor Things, which is not, if you don't pay attention to the award race, you might not never heard of Poor Things or know much about it. I don't think it's even in theaters. I haven't seen it in any theaters around where I live. It seems like a very out there, weird movie from what I can sense. But it's been getting a lot of love, a lot of Oscar buzz. Even before the season started, I heard a lot of people talk about Poor Things. And it's the director, Yagamos, I think his name is. He's pretty well loved. He was nominated for The Favorite, I believe, was a big movie of his, and seems like he's somebody that I can see the Academy really liking to give an Oscar to. And Poor Things sounds like a really out there story, and Everything Ever All at Once was a really weird out there story that won a bunch of Oscars last year. I mean, I say bunch, won like 6, which is pretty good, and won in big categories. So we can see that the Academy is not against nominating weird movies, so this definitely could be in the wheelhouse. But it's getting nominated for a lot of stuff through the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice. Definitely a lot of love from both of those award ceremonies. And Emma Stone's a very strong contender for Best Actress. I'm hearing she's already won 1 Oscar, so I always think that hurts somebody if they already won. Not always. But I'm hearing Emma Stone is a very, very strong contender for Best Actress. So she's a one that's going to be hard to beat. in this category. So that's a very strong one there. I think Mark Ruffalo is a shoo-in for Best Supporting Actor. I think he's got nominated in both ceremonies so far that we've have. And so, and even Willem Dafoe got a Golden Globe nomination. So there's a third possibility there. I don't think Willem Dafoe will get the Oscar nomination, but there's always a chance there. So it's definitely got some strong categories there. Plus the Tech Awards. I've heard this is a very visual movie, so it definitely is going to be a strong contender for like the special effects and the production design and the costuming, the makeup, and all that. So it definitely has a lot of things going for it. And who knows, if it wins like the Golden Globe and it got some momentum, I can see this gain some momentum all the way to the Oscars, or if it wins a SAG or something and just goes, it could be one that could surprise everybody, I think. Fourth movie I have to talk about, because this has been the hugest movie of the year, so it's impossible not to put this into one of the strong contenders, and that is Barbie, which is a shock to me. I didn't think Barbie was going to do anything. Ended up being the biggest movie of the year, box office wise. So I can see it as like this fun popcorn comedy movie maybe for some people, but an Oscar movie, like I'm totally shocked by Barbie, how much love it's getting, because it seems like a goofy movie to me. I mean, I've seen the movie, and to me it's just a goofy comedy kind of movie. I guess it has some feminist liberalism in there. Maybe the Academy loves that. They love all the feminist liberal stuff in there, and so they want to give it some love in that way. That's my only guess. But I don't think there's anything that's that extraordinary in the movie personally. So, but man, it's getting nominated throughout the board. It's like the most nominated movie so far. The Critics' Choice Awards, it broke the record for most nominations for a movie. It got 18 nominations. It's nominated for almost every category, which is absolutely insane. So it's definitely doing very well in the Critics' Choice, and definitely getting a lot of love in the Golden Globes as well. Like I said, definitely contend. I don't think it's going to win Best Picture, but I had to put it in here because you got Best Picture nomination. Greta Gerwig seems to be a shoo-in for Best. I don't think she's a positive shoo-in, but it's possible. I want to say she's almost like a shoo-in for Best Director in there. And Gerwig's someone who's seems like every movie she makes, everybody loves, you know, with Lady Bird, Little Women, this one. So she's one that I think the Academy really likes anyway, so I think she could get in there. Margot Robbie seems to be a strong contender for Best Actress. I don't think she's going to win, but I think she could get in that category. And I think Ryan Gosling's definitely going to get into the Best Supporting Actor nomination. So you got two big acting nominations there, plus all the other big ones, plus costume probably be in there. It's going to get nominated for 3 songs so far. Both ceremonies have nominated for 3 different songs, so definitely got a lot going there. And yeah, it doesn't seem like an Oscar type movie, but it's getting a lot of love so far from the award ceremony, so you definitely have to consider it there. Then the last movie I think is actually a strong contender here is kind of another movie, though I don't think maybe you don't hear a lot about. It hadn't come out yet, but it's called Maestro, which I believe comes out like on Netflix like in a week or so. And this is a Bradley Cooper directed and starring role. And so it's getting a lot of love. So far it's getting Best Picture nominations both in the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice, plus Bradley Cooper is getting nominated for Best Director both times and for Best Actor. So, and Bradley Cooper is one that's been getting pretty good love from the Academy. I mean, starting with Silver Linings Playbook, he's nominated for Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor for American Hustle, and then Star is Born was like his big one because he directed that one, and it got a lot of Oscar nominations, though it didn't win, maybe one for Best Song. But still, the Academy seems to really like Bradley Cooper, and they like actors who also direct, it seems like, do very well in categories. So I'm seeing Bradley Cooper is, I think, definitely going to get nominated for, I mean, it could be a shock there, and he won't get nominated, but I think he definitely will get nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, and also Best Actor. He seems to be a very strong contender. Could be another one where Bradley Cooper has been getting nominated a fair amount of times, and this could be Bradley Cooper's year. Maybe they finally were like, hey, Bradley Cooper deserves an Oscar. Let's give him one for either director or actor. You know, he maybe could get in there. I think maybe it's more of a long shot than the other 4 contenders I've talked about. But I think still you have to put it in there. They've been getting a lot of the big nominations so far. Plus the Best Supporting Actress, I think, for Carey Mulligan. Seems like she's a shoo-in for Best Supporting Actress. So got another acting category in there, you know. it's actually doing very, very well so far. So I had to put it in there, Maestro. So to me, those are the 5 strongest contenders for Best Picture. I think all 5 are going to get director nominations, I guess. And to me, whoever gets nominated for Best Director, that kind of, because there's going to be 10, usually there's usually 8 to 10 Best Picture nominees, but then there's only 5 director nominees. So whoever gets the director nominee, I kind of consider to be probably the stronger contenders. That's why they got the Best Director nominee. But there's other movies that have a chance to get in here, fill in the other 5 slots. I don't know right now exactly what movies will get those 5 slots, but there's 7 movies I think have a good chance to get in there. It'd be interesting to see where they go. To me, the strongest one is Past Lives. I think has a very good chance to get Best Picture nominee. It's been doing very well with critics. Celine Song, who wrote and directed the movie, is very well liked. It feels like every time I see someone talk about this movie, they love talking about Celine Song, how much they like. And Past Lives has a lot of fans. A lot of people love this movie. I saw it and I really liked the movie too. I think it's actually a really good movie. So I'd love to see it nominated. Celine Song, everybody would love to see her get nominated for Best Director. She could get in there. It's going to be hard. Like I said, the other 5, I think, are the stronger contenders for Best Director. There's an outside chance she could get in there, maybe. It'll be interesting to see. I think a lot of people would love to see that. I think definitely it's a shoo-in for Best Original Screenplay. I think it's one of the best screenplays of the year. And I think Greta Lee is a shoo-in for Best Actress. She's been getting nominated both for Golden Globe and Critics' Choice. So I think she definitely will get in for Best Actress. Unfortunately, that's the only acting that's in there. I would love to see get an actor or supporting actor, but those categories are too. It seems like too set right now to get any more acting in there, because the acting all around is really good in Past Lives. So yeah, so I think Past Lives can get in there for Best Picture, Director, maybe Screenplay, and Best Actress. So it's got some strong categories there to look out for. A movie called American Fiction, another movie that hadn't come out yet. I think it comes out pretty soon. But it's getting some pretty strong award contention. I think it could definitely get in Best Picture. I'm not 100%, but I think it definitely could get in that Best Picture nominee. It seems a shoo-in for Jeffrey Wright. It's been getting a lot of love for the lead role, and could really get in there. I think he'll get in there for Best Actor. I think there's a strong chance there. And then after that, maybe Screenplay could get in there. There's not a lot of technical categories maybe for it, but I think I put it in there just because it seems like it's been getting a lot of love in the Best Picture nominees and Best Actor nominees. So it's definitely one to look out for and one I want to watch at some point. Another movie that's very strong, I think, or has a real good chance of getting in there, is The Holdovers. Alexander Payne directed, starring Paul Giamatti. I just saw this recently. It's a very good movie, and it seems to be loved by everybody. Critically, very successful. Everybody seems to love it. It's not getting as much love, though, I feel like, in the awards ceremonies as I thought it would. It's mostly, I think it definitely can get in there for Best Picture. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll get in there. Alexander Payne has a chance to get Best Director, but I don't think he will. There's just too many strong other contenders there. But I thought he would get in, but it seems like right now he's not getting. I think he wasn't nominated for Golden Globe, but he was nominated for Critics' Choice, so he's got nominated for one award ceremony. So I guess we'll see when we get to, well, SAG doesn't do director, I don't think, so we'll see what the BAFTAs maybe. I don't know if he can get in there or not. But anyway, so I don't know how much chance he has there, but he could get in there. Paul Giamatti, I think, is a shoo-in for Best Actor. He's definitely the best part of that movie to me. He's so good, and he's only been nominated once for Best Supporting Actor for Cinderella Man. So I would love to see Paul Giamatti get a Best Actor nomination because he's so good, and he's been so good for so long. I think it'd be good. I think he could win, actually. I think there's a chance he could win Best Actor. We'll see how everything goes, but so far he's been getting nominated for everything. And then Divine Joy Randolph is getting nominated for all the Best Supporting Actress roles. So I think she's definitely a shoo-in. I think she's one of the strongest contenders. I think she has a really good chance of winning Best Supporting Actress for this movie. She definitely has the most emotional scenes in the movie as well. Anyway, so there you got two pretty good strong categories, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and I think a picture and Best Original Screenplay. I think it definitely could get in there. After that, I don't know if there's many more nominations they'll get, but definitely got some strong ones there, The Holdovers. So it's definitely one to watch if you hadn't watched it and to look out for. Another movie that I thought would get more love than it has, but still getting some, is The Color Purple. It's a musical, so it's gonna be this. It comes out next. It comes out in Christmas. I really want to go see that. I love musicals, so and it's a bit. It was a popular Broadway musical, so Broadway musicals come to stage do pretty well in the Oscars. Usually they get some love from the Oscars. It's also based off of a former Best Picture nominee, The Color Purple, which was a Spielberg movie, drama, very heavy drama, in fact. Kind of hard movie to watch, but I'm interested to see how the musical side of it goes, because I don't know any songs from the movie, or from the musical, so I'm kind of interested to see how the music does. I think it got nominated in both the Golden Globe I think it got nominated for, comedy musical and Golden Globe, and it did get into the Best Picture nominee for the Critics' Choice, so it's definitely still in that contender position. But it's not getting a lot more nominations. It feels like the most consistent one is Best Supporting Actress. Diane Brooks is getting nominated both times, so she seems a shoo-in for Best Supporting Actress. Fantasia Barrino got nominated for Golden Globe, but not for the Critics' Choice, so it's not. So there's not a real. I'm not 100% she will get a She possibly can get a Best Actress nomination, but it's definitely not for sure for her. So it's not getting a lot of strong. I don't think it's going to get Best Director for sure. I think you get Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress seems to be the two big categories. I mean, I probably get them for like costume and stuff like that. So I think definitely has a good chance for Best Picture nominee, The Color Purple. Another one, there's two foreign films that I've been talking a lot about during the award season that could get in there. The big one to me is Anatomy of a Fall. I think it got nominated for both the Golden Globe and the Critics, or did it get nominated? I think maybe it didn't. I think it missed out on a Critics' Choice, now I think about it. Critics didn't nominate, I think, foreign films as much as Golden Globes gave a lot more nominations for foreign films. And I think the Academy likes to nominate a foreign film. Lately, we've been getting Everything Ever All at Once, not a full foreign film, but it's got a lot of Chinese in it, or Mandarin or whatever in it. And you look at Drive My Car, was a Japanese movie that got nominated a couple years ago for Best Picture. And then Parasite won Best Picture, and it was a foreign film. So foreign films are definitely getting stronger. It seems like there's always at least one foreign film getting nominated for Best Picture. So there's a good chance, I think, Anatomy of a Fall will probably get in there. Past Lives is kind of like a foreign film. It's partly in another language. And so there's a couple of foreign films that could get in here. Anatomy of a Fall, it's kind of not well known here in America, but it's been doing very well. Like I said, Golden Globe's got a lot of nominations, in fact. And it got a Best Actress nomination, both the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice, for Sandra Hüller, I think her name is, got nominated. So it seems like Sandra Hüller has a good chance of getting into the Best Actress nomination. So it's got that going for it. And obviously, it's got a good chance in the foreign language film, or I forget what they call it nowadays, but the non-English speaking films. I think it has a good chance of winning there as well. So it's definitely one to look out for. I think it's definitely one that could get into the Best Picture nominee. Another foreign film that I don't know if it's out anywhere, but it's called The Zone of Interest. But it's one that's been talked about actually before the award season. I've heard people talk a lot about this movie. It seems like it was predicted a long time ago this could be a Best Picture nominee. So it's definitely got some hype around it, Oscar buzz around it. And it's an interesting kind of subject matter, dealing with the Holocaust and stuff. And it got some love from the Golden Globes. I think, I can't remember what it got nominated for, but it got nominated in a couple different categories. It didn't get really any love except for foreign film and the Critics' Choice. So this is one that I think could get in there, but it might be one that barely misses out on the Best Picture nominee, but definitely one to look out for that could get in there. And the last movie I'm going to talk about that has a chance is a movie called Saltburn. Definitely got a lot of love from the Golden Globes. I think it might have got a Best Picture nomination, but Barry Keoghan, whoever, he got nominated for Best Actor, but he didn't get a Best Actor nomination for the Critics' Choice, so he's kind of up in the air. He might miss out on the Best Actor right now, but he has a chance in there. Also, Rosamund Pike got nominated for the Golden Globe, but not for the Critics' Choice for Best Supporting Actress. So Rosamund Pike could get in the Best Supporting Actress, but not for sure. So there's some possibilities there. Saltburn did get nominated for Critics' Choice, though, even though it didn't get really any other nominations. It still got into the Best Picture nomination, surprisingly. So it's definitely one of the awards ceremony so far are definitely liking and keep an eye for Saltburn. So again, it's a kind of a weird movie from what I've heard, and it's not one I've heard a lot about, but yeah, it seems like one that critics are enjoying, and it's one that could get in. It's another one that I think could barely miss out on the Best Picture, but possibly get in there and be like, oh wow, Saltburn got in there. I'm almost be kind of surprised if it got in there, but again, I'm putting it in that category. Actually, another movie I just now thought of that I didn't put down is a movie called May December that got some love from the Golden Globes, which is a movie on Netflix right now that you can go see. And Natalie Portman, I think, got nominated for Best Actress, and Julianne Moore, I think, is in it. Got nominated for Best Supporting Actress, if I remember right. So that's one too that could possibly get in there. I don't think it will, but May December is one to watch out as well. It seems like it got a lot of nominations for Golden Globes. And to finish out this, I was going to talk about some other movies that to watch out for that could get some Oscar love. Air seems to do pretty well, even though it's not really a serious movie. It got nominated, I think, for Best Picture in the Critics' Choice, and I think it got nominated for Comedy, Musical, and Golden Globes. And Matt Damon got nominated, I think, for Golden Globes for actor, maybe. I think Viola Davis, I think, might have got nominated for Golden Globe, if I remember right. So it's gotten a little love, even though it's more of a comedy, not really an Oscar-type movie. But like I said, it's getting some love. I think got an editing nomination in the Critics' Choice, so it's like one that surprisingly is kind of like in. I don't think it's going to get nominated for Best Picture, but who knows? It's kind of on the outside there. Another movie that's doing pretty well for a movie that no one's really talking about is a movie called Nyad. Annette Bening got a Golden Globe nomination. Jodie Foster got a Golden Globe nomination and a Critics' Choice nomination for Best Supporting Actress. So now she's kind of in the contest for Supporting Actress right now. Don't know if they'll get any nominations for Oscars, but still, I thought that was kind of interesting. It got a couple acting nominations there. Napoleon's kind of one that I thought would get in, but it's kind of gotten shut out. I think it might get a Best Costume in there, and that might be it, but who knows? Maybe it'll get some SAG or something, you know, or BAFTAs, I don't know. I still want to look out for it because it's still this big epic movie, and Joaquin Phoenix is such a good actor, and Ridley Scott's a very well-known director, so it's one right on the outside that I'm still looking out for. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, unfortunately, is not getting love for Best Picture, which I wish it would. They just don't care for animation movies, unfortunately, anymore. There's a period where they're nominating like Toy Story 3 and Up, but since Up, they haven't nominated another animation movie, unfortunately. And every year there seems to be an animation movie that they're thinking, oh, this might get it, and it doesn't. I think this has the strongest chance of any anime movie this year to get a nomination for Best Picture, but I mean, it definitely, I don't think it will. Also, a strong contender for animated film. I've also seen it nominated for special effects, I think, in the Critics' Choice Awards, and I think it maybe got a Best Score nomination or something like that. I can't remember. So it's still one that could get a couple different nominees besides animations. I'm kind of interested in seeing that. And the last movie is Rustin, which got a Best Actor nomination for Coleman Domingo, I think both in the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice. And who is it? Sterling K. Brown got nominated for something. Was that American Fiction? Anyways, that's another. I'm just thinking of some outside choices. But Rustin's another one that's not talked a lot about, but I feel like could get some Oscar love. Not a lot, but some. So it's definitely, those are the movies. I'm just saying these are the movies that you should probably look out for if you want to catch up with the Oscar race. That it's probably going to be talked about in this award season. So anyway, so that's my kind of opinions on that. Feel free to comment. What do you think about those movies? Have you seen them? What do you think is a strong contender for Best Picture this year? Love to read anybody's thoughts and opinions on that. Anyways, besides that, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a good day.